All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there now? As Nicki Minaj continues her tirade, blaming everyone for not having the #1 album in the country, including Travis Scott, who currently does have the #1 album in the country for the second straight week. Nicki's like, Travis Scott is using his baby mother, Kylie Jenner, and their kid to promote a fake meet and greet to boost sales. He's also using a tour to promote album sales, meaning he is pretty much giving fans a free copy of the album if you buy a tour ticket. Nicki also has a package similar to that available as well. I don't understand why she's complaining about that, but it is what it is. Now everybody's like, yo, Nicki, you're doing a lot of complaining. You got a decent body of work. Some people call it a really good body of work in the atmosphere. Why are you complaining about what the next man or woman is doing? Why are you so bitter? And people are like, yo, if you would have used all the resources at your disposal correctly, you would have had the #1 album in the country. Now, one thing that stands out about Travis Scott's project is that Sicko Mode record. It's clearly the standout record on the project. It's going to be the highest charted record on the project. And that record is Travis Scott and Drake. And I want to salute Memphis as well. Tay Keith did some production on that bad boy. Again, standout record of the album. Drake has already inserted it into his set on tour. It's a big record. It's a big deal. It's probably going to be a top 10 record for the next couple months. It's Travis Scott and Drake going back and forth with verses. It's phenomenal. And people are like, yo, how was Travis able to make that call and that play and get Drake on his album and Nicki not do the same? I think we're all under the impression that if Nicki would have used Drake on the album, she likely would have had a single, because she's pretty much working without a single outside of Chun-Li right now to promote this project. If you put Drake on an album, Nicki and Drake have pretty much had a great history of hit records. Pretty much anything the two have gotten on together has been a big record. You put Drake on the project, on Queens, you probably got another single, which probably means you have the #1 album this week over Travis Scott. When Nicki was asked about why Drake was not present on her new album, she gave this explanation while on DJ Who Kids Sirius XM Shade 45 show. She said, Drake and I were working on something, but I didn't want to change the date of the album. And 2 days before I had to turn it in, he and I had been going back and forth. Within 12 hours of having to turn in the album, we were going back and forth because he had come to my studio. We found something we really, really loved. He was also going through his process of getting his stuff right for his tour. And I had to understand that as an artist, I always try to put myself in the artist's shoes and not be selfish. So essentially, Nicki is saying they couldn't get on the same page creatively in enough time to get the record done and cleared and everything like that without her having to push her Queen album back again. So she didn't do it. She opted not to put Drake on the album. Now, I hear what Nicki is saying, but I did a little bit of research and went and got one of my sources to speak on this as well. Now, if you know me, you know I've told you guys that I have a source that's very close to that Cash Money, Young Money family that speaks to me whenever I need them to, and they tell me inside information. And I'm not talking about Drake's dad. I did tell y'all guys a couple weeks ago that I've been on the phone with Drake's dad a few times in the last month. It's not Drake's dad. Salute to Dennis. But I do have a source in the Cash Money family. And this source opened up to me a little bit more about Drake maybe not on the same page with Nicki Minaj right now and ain't rocking with her. So I went on Drake's Instagram. I'm like, yo, I ain't really seen Drake really ride for, Nicki. She's complaining about Travis Scott getting support from his baby mother. We obviously know that Drake and Nicki, all Young Money to the death to y'all, right? We know if Lil Wayne puts out a project, Drake is going to bat for Wayne's project. He's gonna promote that thing like crazy and be on it a few times. So I'm looking up and down Drizzy Drake's Instagram, and though he's on tour, I see him showing support to his dog Baka and showing support to other people that are pulling up to the tour. He's got an entire press team over there and media team over there at OVO. So I come to the conclusion, if Drake wanted to promote this album or post Nicki's album, he could have. He opted not to because reportedly Drake ain't 100% rocking with Nicki Minaj right now. When we seen this clip of Drake and Nicki in the studio just days before her album was due.
And you
What's that song called again? Fifi?
Oh wow. And you are.
What's our song called again? Fifi?
Oh wow.
Reportedly, Drake was a little bit salty because he feels as if though Nicki kind of put him in a bad spot waiting so last minute. Reportedly, Drake was like, yo, like, Nicki, why you ain't hit me sooner to get this verse done? You see me doing records all 2018. I literally been giving out hits to nigga, Blockboy JB, Lil Baby. I mean, gosh, what do you want me to... I did a lot of music for myself. I just been throwing out hits and throwing out verses, and you wait to the last minute to try to put me on your project? A project that Drake initially reportedly really wanted to be on? Drake felt some type of way. And that's why he's went out of his way, according to my source, to not promote Nicki Minaj's album. Maybe if Drake's promoting your album, maybe that thing gets close to #1. But instead, Drake remained pretty much mute about the Queen album. And with no verse on it, people like Drake not getting behind Nicki, maybe, because she's complaining about Travis having all the support from big time public figures. Maybe, just maybe, this and others not getting behind her is the reason why she has the #2 album in the country. Again, in my mind, I believe 100% if Drake drops any type of verse, as long as that thing says featuring Drake in some capacity, I don't care if he does the bridge, Nicki's going #1. That album is going, you can add 100,000 streams if Drake's on that bad boy. You can add 50,000, 100,000 streams if Drake's on a Nicki album. But because he was not present with other factors, and now he's upset at Nicki, a little bit salty over it. I'm told that it's not like a I hate her type thing, and we can work this out, but I'm salty enough where I ain't posting your shit on my page. And looks like these things contributed to Nicki having #2, not #1, which she's very passionate about. She gave freaking Travis Scott the whole nigga of the week award over it. So thank y'all for the time, love, support. A little story to give you guys. I don't take y'all love for granted. I appreciate all the love y'all been showing me. Please head over to that Mr. TALIAFERRO TV Instagram account if you want more music reactions to Nicki's album, to Drake's album, and any other artists out there that we cover on my platform. I'm out. What up, Pharaohs? I decided to step my game up again. I've created a music reaction Instagram page. That way, you guys can be up to date on some of the latest new music in the atmosphere. And you guys can also send me some of your music as well. And you will get Mr. TALIAFERRO'S first reaction to your record, for good or for bad, or an artist that we talk about on my platform's music, for good or for bad. Again, follow me on Instagram, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Again, that's Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. And you get more of yours truly.